In the Navy world over, maritime exercises are carried out most times in the bid to build capacity and shaping tactical proficiency, enhance naval interoperability and operational testing, training and readiness amongst others. The Nigerian Navy, along with her French counterparts, recently flagged off a combined exercise tagged Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo. The exercises are aimed at warding off all maritime threats in the Gulf of Guinea and boosting foreign trade in the West African sub-region. Welcome to Nigerian Navy in Focus. I am Uluwatoyosi, your anchor. Stay tuned. On the Admiralty logbook this week, there has been accumulated activities on the Admiralty logbook in preceding weeks. On Sunday, 1st October 2023, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, in the company of his wife, the President of the Naval Officers' Wives Association, NOAA, Mrs. Ijeoma Ogala, attended the Independence Day Interdenominational Service at the Ecumenical Center in Abuja. The interdenominational service was attended by the wife of the President and First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Inspector General of Police, members of Naval Officers' Wives Association, very senior naval officers, ranking government officials, other military personnel, religious leaders, as well as members of the public. They all gathered to give thanks to God Almighty for Nigerians' independence while praying for the nation's prosperity, seeking divine guidance for her future. On Wednesday, 4th October 2023, Vice Admiral Ogala visited the Executive Governor of Cross River State, Senator Prince Basi Otu, as part of his continued engagement with state governments. This courtesy visit aimed to strengthen relationships and collaboration between the Nigerian Navy and the state government. On Tuesday, 10th October 2023, the Chief of Naval Staff along with the Chief of Defense Staff conducted an operational visit to Operation Hadinkai area of operations in Borno State. While in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, paid courtesy visits to the Governor Babangana Umara Zulu. They were also at the Shehu of Borno's Palace and Hospital to visit military personnel on admission. This visit further demonstrated the Navy's collaboration with other military branches in counter-insurgency efforts, emphasizing the importance of joint operations in addressing security challenges. Various dignitaries paid courtesy visits to the Chief of Naval Staff during the period under review. Major General E.A. Ndagi, the Director General of Defense Research and Development Bureau, Abuja, was at the Naval Headquarters on Thursday, 12th October 2023. Rear Admiral J.A. Nwangu, Commandant Defense Intelligence College, Karu, Abuja, and Professor Egosa Osagi, Director General, Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Victoria Island, Lagos, paid courtesy visits on the CNS on Wednesday, 11th October 2023 and Thursday, 12th October 2023, respectively. This visit aims to foster relationships, exchange of knowledge, and explore potential collaborations. From 15th to 16th October 2023, Vice Admiral Ogala was represented by Rear Admiral S.A. Akiwande at the third meeting of the ECOWAS Subcommittee of Chiefs of Naval Staff in Lome, Togo. The meeting focused on enhancing maritime security cooperation and fostering regional stability among the member countries. This participation was to further demonstrate Nigeria's commitment to regional security efforts and collaboration within the ECOWAS framework. On Monday, 16th October 2023, Vice Admiral Ogala Admiralty Medal, the Chief of Naval Staff, welcomed Dr. Agbo Kefas, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, to the Naval Headquarters Abuja for a courtesy visit. The visit aimed to further strengthen the existing relationship between the Nigerian Navy and the state government. Vice Admiral Ogala expressed the Nigerian Navy's readiness to work with the Taraba state government in ensuring maritime security and safety in the state's waterways. He also commended the governor for his efforts in promoting peace and security in the state and pledged the Navy's support to enhance the state's security. In response, Governor Kefus appreciated the Nigerian Navy for their role in safeguarding the country's territorial water and reiterated his commitment to working with the Navy in improving maritime security in Taraba State. He also sought the Navy's collaboration in addressing the security challenges facing the state, such as piracy and illegal fishing. Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala also attended the 7th Symposium of Chiefs of Naval Staffs of countries of the Gulf of Guinea held in Lomé, Togo, from the 18th to 19th October 2023. While in Lomé, the capital city of Togo, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, paid a visit to His Excellency Adebowale Adeshina at the Nigerian House, Lomé, Togo, on Thursday, 19th October 2023. On Friday, 20th October 2023, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ogala, was the special guest of honor at a book presentation at the National Defense College, Abuja. The book is titled Naval Diplomacy, a Critical Component of Naval Power, written by Navy Captain George N. Alili, retired. The event was chaired by Vice Admiral J. Ayinla, retired. In attendance were former Chief of Defense Staff, a naval icon, Admiral Ola Sahad Ibrahim, the Commandant of the National Defense College, Rear Admiral O.M. Bolotu, amongst other dignitaries.
Nigeria has over 850 stretch nautical miles of coastline, huge resource for the nation, but a whole gateway of vulnerabilities to contend with. The Nigeria waters have witnessed pockets of maritime threats and crimes through the times, such as piracy, illegal fishing, smuggling and oil bunkering. Unless the national waters are safeguarded, the nation's economic security, environmental preservation, and the well-being of Nigeria's coastal communities would have been undermined.
And to support naval operations.
In the wake of this bold reality, the Nigeria's Navy, under the leadership of the 22nd Indigenous Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, is at the fulcrum of strategies ensuring national maritime interests is protected, which is to deter and counteract maritime threats, ensure safe and secure legitimate trade and other economic activities, as well as to deliver Nigeria's share to regional maritime stability. The Nigerian Navy has come a long way and now is at the forefront, at least in the African sub-region. This is partly made possible by the Navy's ambition in fleet recapitalization and acquisition of naval assets such as capital ships, fast patrol boats, inshore patrol crafts, among others, which are crucial in ensuring defense of territorial waters while ably contributing to regional maritime stability. the Nigerian Navy and its French counterpart on Monday 9th of October 18, 2023, flagged off a joint exercise tagged Exercise Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo 2023.
I have the honor to flag off Exercise Crocodile Lift and Exercise Grand African Nemo 2023.
The exercise is targeted at warding off all maritime threats in the Gulf of Guinea and boosting foreign trade in West African sub-region.
Exercise Crocodile Lift 2023 is a single fictitious scenario exercise that will be conducted by the task group 23.1 in conjunction with the French naval ship Mistral. In 4 phases,
Rear Admiral M.M. Abdullahi is the immediate past flag officer commanding Western Naval Command. He deeply understands the underlying objectives of joint exercises through the command's active participation in numerous editions of naval bilateral exercise with the French in the Gulf of Guinea.
In 4 phases, namely preparatory phase, movement, execution and termination phase in a hostage rescue scenario. The exercise will be activated today, 9th October of 2023, and it will terminate on the 10th October 2023, which will mark the commencement of the second exercise, which is Exercise Grand African Nemo. The Exercise Grand African Nemo is an annual exercise co-organized by France in collaboration with some West African countries like the Togo, Benin Republic, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This exercise is aimed at contributing to the freedom of navigation in the Gulf of Guinea by strengthening the coordination of efforts against maritime insecurity. This year's exercise is aimed at creating a safe and secure maritime environment for shipping and other economic activities to thrive through the prevention of piracy, sea robbery, crude oil theft, illegal bunkering, and other forms of criminalities within the Western Naval Command area of responsibility. This is in line with the Chief of the Naval Staff's vision and mission statement, which is aimed at harnessing the full benefits of the Nigerian's maritime environment for the country's economic growth. At this juncture, permit me to state that this year's exercise will witness concurrent activities within the 5 maritime operation zones of the Yaoundé architecture. The headquarters, Western Naval Command, will exercise control over the Exercise Grand African Nemo 2023 activities in Nigeria's waters. The exercise will involve a total of 5 Nigerian Navy ships, 2 Nigerian Navy helicopters, 1 deep blue patrol vessel, and 1 French Navy ship. Others include the Nigerian Navy Maritime Domain Awareness Facilities and elements of the Nigerian Navy Special Port Service.
This year's edition, which is the 5th edition of Grand African Nemo.
The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, while flagging off the exercise on board NNS Kada, stressed that a comprehensive approach involving national and international collaboration is continually required to mitigate the impact of the myriad of maritime threats in the Gulf of Guinea.
We comprise several ships from Nigerian Navy, 5 ships from Nigerian Navy, namely NNS Kada, where we are now, NNS Aba, NNS Nguru, NNS Kano, and then the Deep Blue Lagos. Exercising together with the French Navy ship Mistral. There are other naval ships of neighboring countries in the Gulf of Guinea, like Togo and Benin Republic, that are carrying out similar exercise in their waters. The exercise is actually a week-long exercise which will culminate into the workshop on the 18th of this month in Togo. This edition involves the deployment of both naval assets, air assets, and our SBS elements in a multifaceted scenario that have been merged together due to the overlapping timelines of the events. Similarly, Exercise Crocodile Lift 2023 is the second edition of that exercise, which started last year, and is principally aimed at exercising our capability for conducting sea lift capabilities, which is one of our primary roles of the Nigerian Navy. Distinguished invited guests, permit me to stress that the security of the breaches in the Gulf of Guinea pose serious challenge to our national well-being. It is disturbing that most of the criminals in our maritime domain are targeting our economic lifeline, particularly issues of crude oil theft, illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, piracy, sea robbery, and other nefarious acts. A comprehensive approach is therefore required, such that it involves both national and international collaboration to mitigate the impact of the myriad of these maritime threats confronting the Gulf of Guinea nations. And this is one of the objectives of the Yaoundé architecture, which is designed at bringing a collaborative effort towards addressing security in the Gulf of Guinea as a whole. Let me reiterate that exercise Grand African Nemo is also in line with the objective of the Yaoundé architecture. The sustenance of these combined exercises aimed at ensuring that the security of the Gulf of Guinea will not be breached has remained a great priority to the Nigerian Navy. And that's why the Nigerian Navy has always made its fleet ready and available to take part in this exercise, considering the importance and importance of the exercise.
This momentous flag-off by Chief of the Naval Staff himself signifies the Navy's commitment to securing Nigeria's maritime interests by exploring all possibilities. The Chief of the Naval Staff was in company of very senior officers and men of the Nigerian Navy, alongside Colonel Guillaume Dujoy of the French Navy, who is the French Defense Attaché to Nigeria.
I will speak today on behalf of my ambassador, represented today by Mr. Laurent Favier, the Consul General of France, and on behalf of the French Chief of Defense Staff, General Burkhardt, to say how much we appreciate and value the fruitful cooperation that has been developing these last years with Nigeria, and more specifically the Nigerian Navy in the field of maritime security, with the aim of supporting the development of the blue economy among the coastal states. Nigerian Navy has been engaged for many years in these fights against piracy, illegal fishing, and various forms of criminality at sea, achieving in 2022 outstanding results with a number of incidents that has now significantly decreased. On a more global scale, Nigeria has also played a leading role in the development of the Yaoundé architecture, which celebrates this year its 10th anniversary, especially by implementing the YARIS communicating and information system in order to allow a better sharing of information on maritime activity in the Gulf of Guinea among the various navies operating in the area and in connection with the French and British MICA and MDAT-GOG center based in Europe. In this context, the presence in Lagos of our landing helicopter dog Mistral in the framework of the CORAM mission and of the European Union's coordinated maritime presence appears today as a tangible sign of the confidence that is now established between our two navies. It also demonstrates the dynamism of our bilateral cooperation, especially with the second edition of Crocodile Lift, amphibious exercise that is about to start today. Gallo 2023 is actually one of the last milestones of a series of trainings and courses that has been conducted by the Mistral in the last 4 months with the partners who have expressed an interest in such activities. And I would like to mention here the professionalism and the commitment of the two Nigerian Navy officers, junior officers, who spent recently more than a month on board the LHD Mistral. It is a very good illustration of the variety of training offers that the French Marine Nationale is willing to offer to the countries in the Gulf of Guinea, with the ambition of supporting the development of a safer environment for the maritime industry and regional trade in close coordination with other international partners and organizations. I wish to all those taking part to this series of exercises every possible success, and I want to conclude by expressing my profound gratitude to our Nigerian counterparts for both hosting and participating to this ambitious exercise.
By this flag, the torch is handed over. The task is to simulate a daring on the ship hostage-taking situation and to execute a rescue mission. The mission must save victims to safety and alive. Exercise Crocodile Lift is an amphibious exercise, and it is the second series. The exercise is named after the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Kada, which means crocodile. Operation Grand African Nemo is the fifth sea exercise to be held in the Gulf of Guinea. The exercise Crocodile Lift spanned from the 9th to the 10th of November 2023, when the exercise Grand African Nemo unfolded until mission was accomplished. Nigeria operates multi-naval vessels, including patrol ships and corvettes, to secure its waterways and maritime borders. The Navy also actively participates in accomplished regional peacekeeping and anti-piracy operations by deploying the right naval assets and men of the force, and has the capacity to independently execute even more daring and sophisticated exercise. The Nigerian Navy ship NNS Kada side by side with the French naval ship the Mistral, along with 4 other Nigerian Navy ships, are saddled with the responsibility of actualizing the exercise. However, the Kada is exploring the dynamics of cooperation and collaboration. The initiative to organize a sea lift exercise is unquestionably in tandem with the Nigerian Navy consistent capacity building and collaborative practices. It is a successful sea lift operation, an outcome of maritime collaborations deployed with the right naval assets and squadron vigor. The mission speaks volumes as well, upgrades the rating of the Nigerian Navy, as did numerous exercises which the Nigerian Navy either hosted or participated through the decades until this auspicious bilateral joint naval exercise. The exercise saw the Nigerian Navy deploying 5 of its warships and 2 helicopters, while the French Navy deployed one of its finest warships. The initiative to organize the exercise is unquestionably in tandem with the Nigerian Navy consistent capacity building and collaborative practices. It is a successful exercise, an outcome of maritime collaborations deployed with the right naval assets and squadron vigor.
The Nigerian Navy, no doubt, remains a formidable force in the protection of the nation's assets at sea. To ensure that the Navy succeeds in carrying out this all-important constitutional mandate, unalloyed patriotic support is required from you and I. It is in the Nigerians' maritime interest and the interest of all legitimate activities and dealings at sea. This episode of the program Nigerian Navy in Focus comes to an end here. Thanks for watching. I am Oluwatoyasi Awotunde. Onward together. Bye.